Hello, hello, hello. All right, all right, all right, all right. Warm up, test, test, test. Hello. You made it. What's going on? I always wonder how bad the delay is between actually talking and anybody hearing it. I tried the other setting, the like super low latency, and I'm not so sure that's going to be a good fit for this because I need to be. I think sharing the screen is important, and I want everybody to be able to see that. And I'm not sure the lower resolutions will work. Can you guys hear me? Okay? Do you see me all right? See my screen? Good, good. All right. It's a little bit of delay there, but maybe I'll just wait a couple seconds. If you guys have anything you want to chat about while we get warmed up, let me know. Um, Basically, just going to be doing a anything goes brainstorm session. So, excited to work on this game. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with it. This is like the exciting part, you know? Gonna just dive in and we've got we did a brainstorm session I think 2 weeks ago, and it was an okay start. Didn't really have anybody on the channel or on the session. Had one person join, but hopefully tonight we can get some more ideas flowing. Yeah. Let me pull up last week's results. All right. So this monstrosity is what we did last session, and so like basically what this game is going to be, or like the most basic concept here is, I just want to do like a I'm looking to do a PvP free for all, kind of like you have to battle the other people on your little island, whatever the island is, whether it's a asteroid or maybe it's a ship or some actual literal island, and like the first person to get off that island wins, right? So it's not really last man standing. I think it's more like what I talked about in the last session, which this is it was just more about like you're gonna run into a bunch of challenges, and you're not gonna have like a time limit or anything, but you're gonna just like you're gonna have to do certain things and PvP your way and get off the island. Yeah, procedural generation, that would be something I would totally consider. I'm not I haven't gotten there yet. But yeah, I would totally if it came to that and we could do, and if the game evolved into that, yeah, that would be really cool. I'm actually gonna write that down. as like the first idea. So we'll just do like, oh, the text doesn't save. What size am I using? 48. Let's do 48. Yeah, all right. I don't need the word maybe. We'll just do that. All right. Can you guys see that okay? I used the wrong color. Nice. So we'll just stick that there because who knows? It's a good idea. But yeah, that's Are you making the game to make your tutorials? Yes and no. I think I'm gonna have two channels, right? It's not two like literal channels, but like two columns of ideas where I'm gonna have a path where I'm making the game, and that's gonna be called like synthesize. Like everything I'm naming is like under the code name synthesize. I don't have it anywhere here, but that's gonna be like one path, and that's gonna be its own set of videos. And the idea is I'm learning how to use Godot and especially the multiplayer stuff. So as I go and as I discover these things, I'm probably going to turn those into tutorials. Like I got a video coming out tomorrow where I was learning about navigation region, and it's really just like dipping your toe into it. But I'm definitely I'm going to have mobs in this game. So I needed to go and learn about that and learn how to do that with Godot. So yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit of both. I don't know if I answered your question there, but yeah, I think it's going to be both. I mean, I'm going to try to stream. I mean, nobody's going to watch me code. I mean, I don't think anybody wants to see that. I think maybe, I don't know, unless like a bunch of people jumped on board, I would do that, but it's kind of difficult. But yeah, I think I'll definitely do like a dev log or a video log. Yeah. I think the idea that to kind of highlight what you guys are saying is, I'm going to definitely vlog the whole process at like the big stages. And I want to talk about those stages. And I might even do like a whole thing where I just talk about like the flow of how this game development's going to go. Right. And I'm actually following this book, that I learned and followed in college, like 15 or whatever years ago, or however many years that was. And this book is still really relevant. It basically like walks you through how to make a game, and I'm not going to go crazy with it. Like I'm probably not going to follow it to a T, but like the big checkpoints along the way. And like the first stage, which we're doing now, is where you get a bunch of people together in a room and you just brainstorm and you just throw out ideas. And after you kind of see where your game is kind of heading, and then you kind of coalesce those into requirements, and then you just hash it out, and there's like several steps along the way. So I'd like to detail that whole process, and it would probably act as a nice course for those who are looking to build their own game. Like what is the path to build my game from start to finish, and what does that path look like? So I think I'm going to document that journey through vlogs and that sort of thing. Yeah, I will leave the book. Let me write a note to myself so I remember to do that. Link book. Yeah, and I think this book might be dated, and there's probably like much more concise versions of this book out there now. Like you could probably just read a white paper on it. And I actually I did a bunch of research through this book recently, earlier last year, and I wrote down the major steps. Like I actually have it all kind of broken down and like my own language and my own words. And maybe I'll just publish that and just like make it like an addendum or like an add-on to this guy's book. And I mean, I'm sure there's tons of stuff out there, but yeah, I think it'll be fun. But anyways, like so this current game, like it's like the idea is like there's gonna be a map. I love this. My editor, like, here, let me pull it up. she like took the, oh damn it, I just opened Photoshop. She took like the original map that you see here and like she made her own little version of it. Let me see if I can. I think it was in the videos. I just messed up and I pulled open the wrong file. Where is it? But yeah, guys, start thinking of some ideas. It's definitely gonna be. Let me see. There, it's somewhere over here. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this was the first little island, so we'll just stick that over there for fun. But basically, like the gist of it. What's going on, man? Welcome. Glad you can make it. So I'm just giving everybody kind of a refresher where we're at, and this is basically the concept is like you're on this island and you're gonna spawn in, and I mean, again, this can completely change. This is just brainstorm session, but this is where we ended up last week. You're on this like dark island, you don't know what's going on, and you're gonna have to locate a ship, maybe repair the ship or charge a battery or something. Maybe you'll have to fight off some mobs to get some secret elements. I'm basically just naming what we went over here. We kind of like left some question marks around the yeah, she did the death penalty. Like, what are we doing with death penalty? And like I don't really foresee this like where you have persistent inventory between matches. Like, I think I want this to be like an arena style, and I know arena styles have kind of fell off a little bit in a way. Like, I don't want to do like a rehash of what was the old the Unreal, and like basically what Unreal Engine was. Like, Unreal was like my bread and butter when I was like growing up. I played the hell out of that game, and like whatever that arena style is, like I don't want to just do like crazy, you're just bouncing around blowing people up. I want this to be a little bit more challenging, and yeah, battle royale, but more like I want it to be, you know, and I don't know, there's like probably different versions of that, but like my flavor would be like maybe somebody, I want you to have an end goal that you need to get the hell off the island, and you're basically like the first person to get out of there wins the game, and you won that match. And so it's kind of a free-for-all. I want you to be able to respawn. Like, I think that's definitely, and I think there needs to be a death penalty. And like amongst other things, like you know, could you sabotage other people's ships? Like, you can like erect a gun turret to like shoot people if they get too close, and you'd have to like go gather those parts. I want you to be able to like attack. You have to attack mobs. You have to engage in PvP. I really want to do that. Yeah, Unreal Tournament, man. I grew up with that. So I don't want to do that though. That's not what I'm doing. But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen when a player dies. Yeah, maybe a grave appears, but like I don't know. Like, I want them to be able to come back and still try to compete, because I want those scenarios where like they pull off the upset, like they're gone from the game, and you know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with low poly. I don't think I wrote that down, so let me write that down. Yeah, let's do low poly, and I'll just stick that here. I want to do low poly for now, but I've got to get a handle on the animations. I haven't been able to find. I know Cinti just put out like a bunch of animations, and I think we have there's a bunch of guys in like another Discord I'm in, and they're all like, I think they're trying to like figure out how to get those animations to work with Godot. But that would be fantastic. I would love to use those animations, and but yeah, I haven't figured out where to go with that. The ones I'm using are just from Mixamo, and those characters are those are too high poly, you know, so I don't want to use them, but I'm using them in my tutorials now because it's all I got. But yeah, clicked on it. Yeah, I want to do, okay, well, I need to start writing these ideas down. So let's write, what is this? Well, I think this is a mechanic. Player dies grave, others can loot items. Yeah, so that's our first mechanic. I think that's a mechanic. That's probably a mechanic. I'll try to shove it down in here because we're gonna run out of space pretty quickly. Yeah, I mean, any ideas you guys have, that's what this is for. I'm not the wizard here. I'm just trying to collaborate, and you know, I'm looking for help from you guys to help me collaborate on this, because like I think only one person can really come up with so many ideas. So yeah, I like that. I think we can get on to grow from there. So is this gonna be third person? I want it to be third person. I should have probably wrote that down. I want it to be third person. There's some difficulty with doing that, with how the game will like handle like what you're shooting. I actually have a demo of a third person game already that I've been playing around with on the side, but I'm leaning towards third person, and I kind of want to stick with that. For some reason, I just like being able to see the character. I don't know, is third person overdone? Maybe I should, I don't know. It seems like both of them are pretty heavily saturated everywhere. And I don't really care, right? I'm doing this for me and for you guys, and I think it'd be fun to like get something done. Yeah, this is going to be PvP, but not team. I don't think I'm going to do initially I want it to be free for all. And not necessarily like right here at this, you guys can see this, right? This PV, so this is basically the one-liner, the PvP free-for-all, where the first person escape wins, you know, from the island wins the game. And that's how I envision it to start. What is the health part of the players? Yeah, you know, do we show health bars? Do we just like, you know, what do you mean? Like, maybe you can elaborate over that. I think it's going to be over the shoulder behind them, like not like offset, and like, what is it, Witcher, where you're kind of like offset a little bit. I mean, we could do that. It really, I think decisions like that, where you're trying to decide exactly which view, I think that's going to really, those things are going to surface up or bubble up during gameplay testing. You're going to just like hate this, or you're going to love this, or you're going to tweak it. And I think we'll be able to tweak those things. Yeah. Yeah, so the objective is basically, like we talked about, where did I put that? So we brainstormed last session a bunch of objectives where you have to get a key card somewhere. So I basically want to build off of this. This was just like a first round, but I want to get some more ideas out there. Maybe you have to get a key card, and you can like claim a ship or recharge a battery. Maybe you have to find a flashlight that's like a special UV light to reveal some like hidden text or some hidden password or something, where maybe you can, I don't know, like there's all kinds of cool stuff that we came up with the other day. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna do the health yet. But yeah, I think that the idea is to repair a ship, right? And I think we had that in the last brainstorm. So you're gonna repair a ship, and you have to leave, and it doesn't have to be like a spaceship, right? This could be a boat on an island. This, I don't know, a raft or a car. Maybe you're on some kind of zombie island. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, that the narrative, and like I do want to work on the narrative, and I think that's going to come a little later, to tie in all this stuff, because I think it's important to have. Yeah, I mean that's a good idea. So what happens with, let's talk about the island state change, like a time limit. Like in the last brainstorm, I was kind of moving away from doing the time limits, because I like, how do you win? Like, right, if you kill off everybody on the island, it's not last man standing, right? It's not like what was that game, player battleground or what I always forget the name of these games, but like you basically have the map encroach in on everybody and like push them into the middle, player unknown. And like I guess that there can be a mechanic like that, like maybe that gets everybody like to hurry up. So I'm gonna actually write it down because I'm not sure. Like maybe we'll do that. Let's put that over here. Let's see, to limit time. All right, so we'll write that. We'll put that down as a starting point. I like that. But yeah, this is a brainstorm, so nothing's off limits, guys. Like whatever you want to throw out here, I'm gonna write it down, and we'll put something together at the end. Wait, why is it white? I thought I had another color. I do have another color. I can't see on my camera over there. Cool. And then let's get rid of this. Yep, could be a portal. Yeah, that's another good idea. Let's do that. Let's write could be portal. That's a really cool idea. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it doesn't have to be a ship. You don't have to be, you know, a linear story here. This could be whatever you want it to be. But yeah, I like the island state change. We'll see. I think we can develop that into something. Maybe if you have any other like additional tips about that or any ideas about that. Did I miss anything? Yeah, the daisy looting was... yeah, I like the daisy looting because it's really free for all, right? Like if you lose your stuff, it's on the ground and somebody can go pick it up. And that's... I don't know if I want to do it exactly like that. I'm going to write it down, though, because you mentioned it. What is that? It's a mechanic. We'll say daisy style loot, drop everything. And that goes back to this player dies, and we'll just put those two together. They're kind of related. But yeah, it's like a lot of my inspiration did come from Daisy. Will, like, to give you that to give credit to that, because I actually really love playing Daisy and that kind of immersiveness of it, and you're really alone, but I like that a lot. So I want to build off that, though. I want to make it a little bit more forceful, a little bit more engaging, not quite as big. Like I don't want these matches to last very long, like maybe 30 minutes tops. I don't know, and that's something that can change, right? Oh, meteor showers? That's cool. All right, now we're cooking. Oh no. What did my stream? Okay, there we go. Like my whole stream just went out for a second. I don't know what happened. Okay. What did you say? Meteor showers. And that's, where was that? Was like next to the volcano thing. Yeah, we'll put that there. That's pretty cool. I like that idea. Yeah, what happens? Hold on. Let me write down this other. Let me write down one more idea. This here. You said mobs get harder. Let me put that down there. Yeah, that's like that time limit. Okay, so yeah, it's not really last man standing. It is first person escaping, and I'm not exactly sure if, like, I don't know. I guess that's a really good question. What does happen to everybody else when the first person escapes? So that to me is game over. That, like, at least that's what I had in mind. I was thinking that, yeah, when you won and the game ended, right? You're just, you know, that's it. So if you have any ideas, please, like, yeah, that would be awesome. To like kind of flesh that out a little bit. Like I'm curious to see, like, I didn't even think of that. Like what would happen when, okay, I won, I'm off the island, and there's, you know, 4 or 5 or however many people left. Do they play? Like, do we do ranks, and like maybe the guy that wins can come back and like mess around with the other players in the map. Like he can come back as like ghost player or something, and I don't know, that just seems like it would drag on really long. I mean, I don't know, that would be interesting. If you guys have any ideas about that, let's hear it. Yeah, the island, wherever the island is, it's gonna have actual, it's gonna have houses, it's gonna have buildings. I'm sure we're gonna populate it with all kinds of stuff, and so you're gonna be looking through those houses. I'm guessing for like loot or ammo, maybe some rare spawns, maybe some hidden things. I want to make this a little. I want some complexity to it, where you have to maybe piece some stuff together, but in a fun way. Like I don't want to make it annoying, so we'll just have to like play with that. Yeah. So you had to work together to escape a sinking island. Um, that's a really interesting. That would be like a complete different take on the gameplay, because you have to work together. That's funny you said that. I was actually thinking that we could put in like a secret objective where that, yeah, everybody can PvP or whatever, but if you actually work together, there's some like secret goal that you can like achieve, that like gives you some, I don't know, maybe gives you a gun or I don't know, something. And that's the other thing is like, what's the point? Like, what do you get out of winning? Do you just get points, or do you get, so if you guys have any ideas, like do you get weapon upgrades, because then do you spawn into the match with an extra, clip or a mag of ammo or something? I don't know, or a better gun or some better armor. That's all this stuff here. I'm gonna put that down though. I like this idea about work together. Maybe there's different skill sets. Yeah, and maybe that's, yeah, I have no idea. Maybe that's something that like is a different mode. I'm gonna actually put that, maybe different game mode. I don't know. Maybe. We'll put it down, doesn't hurt. Man, let me scroll down. Oh, and just like now that there's like a couple people here. Yeah, so this is just brainstorming the gross feature set of the game. If you haven't picked up on that, this big title up here. So, anything the player does, major activities, any ideas you may have about gameplay, environment, or mechanics, or anything else, this is what this is for. So I'm going to scroll this down so we have some more room. There we go. Get that bright white light out of the top there. All right, cool. I'm falling behind in the chat. So I like this. Okay, so you have segmented areas in the map, so different hazards, so that you would be prevented from going to that zone, like a chemical spill. Okay, that's a cool idea. Yeah. So that's like, how do I want to say that? That's like, whoops. Let's say zone hazards. Did I really spell hazards wrong? Zone hazards. And you have to what? Like, you have to gather gear. Zone hazards where gather gear to enter, like mask or respirator, gas mask. I'll just say gas mask. Yeah, that's a pretty cool. And I guess is that an environment or a mechanic? I'm gonna stick it under environment. Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool idea. I need like checkboxes on this chat so I know who I've addressed. But yeah, that's a really, that can get fleshed out into some cool stuff. I like that. Okay, so persistent between matches. That is something that we're gonna have to figure out, because I don't want there to be a huge disadvantage, where like, oh, I've been playing this game for 6 months and it doesn't matter, I'm gonna wipe everybody out on the map. But maybe the game will be designed in such a way that like, even if you are really geared, you're still gonna have to like plow through and do certain activities that it won't really matter. So that whatever you just said there about the persistence, I don't know. Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to look into that. That's a good. So if you have any ideas for persistence, Okay, you're saying if I get if there's a large monster, if you don't get out of the island, you can kill but Wahishi. Yeah. Um, yeah, so maybe the monster is your death, right? Like we'll just add that monster gets everyone. You know, I'll just put that down this where did I do that? Meteor shower. Yeah, so these are like we're going to just put like progression things of what kills you on the island underneath this time limit source there. Second person gets a random reward of medium quality. Third person gets a random reward. Yeah, okay. So that's okay. That's the first that okay. That is I'll make that a everything else thing because that I don't know where to put that. So that's like first through third get rewards. I don't know how to say that. Gets rewards, or I'll just say gets to pick item. Gets to pick item. Quality based on rank. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna put that here. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's that. I mean, that's a good incentive. And like, what can you though, if you have like a really high quality reward though, like, is it going to be gear? Is it going to be extra ammo? Is it going to be a gun? Is it going to be maybe the ability to choose a better starting point? Maybe this map has preferred starting points. Maybe this preferred starting point in this area down here is better than the one over here. I don't know. And we had talked about in the last brainstorm that players get to pick certain regions where there will be mobs that maybe are friendly to them but dangerous to others. So let that cook your noodle for a minute. Maybe somebody will think of an idea there. Yeah. Biomes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Where did I see that? Yeah. So like, I'll just put that here. Maybe. Oh, what if your reward is like a gas mask? Like you won the match and you can upgrade and pick maybe you like hate the fire or the disease biome area or the one with the plants that eat everybody, and you can pick a gear that will like reward that. Sorry, I'm gonna have to write that. That was like my first idea for the day. Maybe like biome specific upgrade to make gameplay to give gameplay advantage. Yeah, maybe you like a specific area. Is that a mechanic? No, that's gonna be here. Let's just put that here. So, okay, amazing race idea. Okay, so you're saying that like so you start in one biome, and biome is like, a blanket statement that we're using, right? This could just be anything that describes that area. So like so you start in one area and you have to move through. I mean, I'm going to write it down. I don't know why I'm just talking. Yeah, like I guess we can let me put this to progress through different, I'm gonna just say regions / biomes. Where would this go? This is an environment and that's not a time thing. I'll just stick it up here. I think this is a good place to stick it. Yeah, there we go. That's interesting. Yeah, man, there's a lot of good ideas. Okay, so what? So like, if Would you? Okay, let's talk about that for a second. This guy. The You have to progress through different regions in a single match, right? So you drop in and there's like five, let's just say five, and you have to go through each one. Does that mean you go through them individually, or would they be connected to everybody? So if I somehow made it out, that doesn't necessarily mean everybody else has made it out, right? That kind of doesn't make sense, and hence having the reward, like with the specific biome, means that maybe you get if like, and maybe the biomes can be randomized, right? So if like you're in a, I don't know, give me some biome ideas. Like I'm like blanking. All I can think of is fire or ice, but that doesn't make any sense. But like if you drop into biome X in this match, maybe you will get into biome Y in a different match, and like because you had those masks, you would be able to handle those better. That's, that could totally, and let me just say, could be random per match. That's a pretty cool idea. It's a pretty good idea. I'm gonna like shrink this down a little bit. Let me know if you guys can't read this stuff. What else? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I said, yep, okay. I think we're on the same page. Um, okay. All right, so you could, all right, I'm reading Will's comment there, like if some mobs are too strong, that's perfect actually, cuz we were in the last brainstorm, we were trying to figure out like we want people to be able to PvP, A, and B, we want them to uh deal with the local mobs on the island or whatever. So something like having one where you need to get like a group or you need another person to help you, that's the exact situation I'm talking about, and I like that. Yeah, cagey, that's a good word. That's gonna be our first activity. I think I'm gonna say strong mobs require teamwork, leading to PvP. Yeah, we'll just put that there. I don't know if it's going to lead to PvP, but you get the, I think that, we'll just say potential PvP. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Okay, I like that. I just saw I'm like slowly working down like the gas mask thing. Yeah, so item quality can be, where did I put it? That's not environment. Work together, different skill. Here, we'll just stick it right under this guy. We'll say like lower quality could mean less effective. Like 5 minutes versus 1 minute. Swamp resistance, whatever. All right, so we got a list of biomes. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Maybe best loot is inside dangerous biomes. So we'll say better loot in dangerous biome. Stage. I'm gonna say stage. I don't know. Biome is a weird biome. We'll just put this up here. I think that have to progress through. Yeah, and then yeah. So you have this nice little track here. Okay. Okay, so the idea of having to go through each biome, but there should be ways to shortcut and fork through it. Okay. You may want to stay in one longer. So what do you mean by that? Maybe I missed. Let me read it again. So you'll go through each one, and there will be like some various shortcuts and or maybe forks in the road, like places that maybe you don't necessarily need to be, but maybe there's something over there that you want. If you're able to survive well in that area, you may stay longer. So what is the advantage of staying longer? Like what would give you, like, why would you want to stay in that level longer? Okay, so we got some nice biomes: desert, swamp, Arctic, jungle. All right, desert's got a giant sandworm attracted to PvP combat. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. Like any kind of mobs, like, you know, being attracted to PvP, or you know, mobs can be attracted to PvP. I'm gonna even write your idea down there. Would you say giant sandworm? And once we get this game out, guys, everybody's gonna be an associative producer, whatever. Sandwort. What's worm? Wern. Oh, okay. We'll give everybody credit on this thing because this counts. This is part of it. What else? Yeah. And this, okay, so you're saying platformer cliffs maybe cliffs have loot, so you have to like platform down. All right, I'm gonna write it down because this is anything goes. Cliffs may contain loot, platformer style, jump, traverse. Yeah, that's environment, right? Let's see, stick that in here. This is gonna get busy really quick. Hopefully everybody can still see. What else we got? Yeah, we've got the multiple players interacting with, like, you know, monsters. I like that. Maybe like, okay, you're saying like all biomes. So if you do well in the desert, you may want to traverse that long path. Others shortcut through. Okay. Yeah. So that means like, so you're basically saying that like if you're in a hazardous, the goal to, so earlier you said you may want to stay in one longer, but if you do well in desert, you may want to traverse that long path, other shortcut through. Oh, so why? Yeah, but why? So maybe I'm missing it. I don't know. Maybe you guys are on the same page and I'm not. So why wouldn't you want the shortcut? Like, what's in that? Is there better loot there? Is that what you're saying? Or is there some like reward to going and doing the like, if you have desert immunity or, you know, jungle immunity, are you going to go through the long path? You want to stay there longer because there's something at the end of that path that may hurt other players? Like, is that what you're saying? Like, certain loot only exists in certain biomes? Like, maybe that's it. If that's not what you're saying, let me know. Just trying to talk it out. Let me see. That's kind of like an activity. So how would I say that? If like resilient to a biome may want to take longer path, for what? ENT. So resilient to a biome may want to take longer path and not shortcut. Don't capitalize the letters for me. And so we're talking about like, what are, you know, you have this resilient to a certain area, to a certain region. The first thing that comes to my mind is, you know, you're gonna want the loot there that's at the end of it. I'm gonna write that down. Maybe better loot or key critical. Oh, there we go. Crit item. And okay, so critical item to me is like, if like, I'm gonna just talk this out. Like if the first instance is like, if the first region you jump in is like, let's say desert, and you just happen to have the desert immunities, then, or like resistances, you're like, you're going to be encouraged to get whatever that critical item is. Because like, if you guys, I don't know, from the last brainstorm we were talking about, you had to get like a key card or some critical item like a battery or something that you needed to go and charge or like activate on the ship to get it to working. So maybe you'll be able to get your item faster because you just happen to have that you know, resistance there. Let's see. Yeah, maybe loot or critical item, like for like ship repair, or in required in-game, I want to say required gameplay activity. Let's just say that there. What else you guys got? So maybe more XP player level could be what persists in the game. Yeah. We'll write it down. What is that? That's going to be over here. Maybe player level. Yeah, I don't know. It could just be like, yeah, I think there has to be some kind of loot reward as well. I think there needs to be something like that. I don't know how to do that. I want to think of something like what. So like if you're playing Daisy, you die or you don't win anything, right? You start over. And I think it would be cool to have something like you said, like this. I like this biome idea. But yeah, maybe ships are, sorry, I was just like went off on a tangent in my head. What are you guys saying? You may want to stay in one longer because there's a certain loot in it. Yeah, right. That's, yeah. Okay, so greater exploration. Yeah, maybe there's like hidden stuff. More exploration time in region. Where is that? Let's just stick that right as a, like an addendum to this. And yeah, yeah, okay. So I'll say better loot or critical item, better or specific. We'll say maybe better. I don't need to say the word maybe. Of everything is a maybe here. Better slash unique loot or critical item in stage. We'll just use the words interchangeably. Yeah, that's a good idea. Lethal Company does that. As you level up, gives you a player tag representing, yeah. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to do that. Like, I think you have to, there's got to be, I mean, everybody loves seeing their progress. So, like, you know, badge, level, title, what did you say? Player, tag. Yeah, I mean, that's like, of course, yeah, we need to figure that out. Oh, my like head's in the way over here. I can't like go too much further over here. What else we got? What does the player level do? Skill base would be better to make persistent. So like the better your stamina, the persisting would be worthwhile to build up. So, so you're thinking like have, instead of like weapons, you're thinking more like level up your skills, like a stamina thing, or maybe you can see farther or something like that. So more like, yeah, and like you guys are on the right track. Like it's got to be able to be balanced, right? You don't want to like have one player that's just like super OP. Why is my screen freaking out? What did you say? Outfits. Yeah, man, gear. Well, gear look. Yeah, gear look. We'll just write that. So let's go back to the skill base. So what is that? That is a, I don't know if that's a mechanic. So yeah, I think that's, yeah, actually I'm just gonna add that down here. So maybe skill based progression, while still balanced for PvP. BAL, whatever. Where do I want to put that? Yeah, let's stick that right over there. Required is like find the key, and optional is like get the gas mask. Yeah. So you're saying if like, yeah, so I'm sorry, I like went into a circle there. The activities for, you know, some optional, some objectives are optional, others required, and like that goes along to the you know, getting the gear and stuff like that. Yeah, if there's anybody else in here watching this, just spit out any random idea that you have that you want to see in this game. It doesn't really matter. This is just like, just have some fun with it. I had let's look at, so I had somebody, no, I don't want to look at this stuff anymore. I think we're okay here. We're okay there. Let me see. Somebody left a comment on the last session, and it was pretty detailed. Yeah, this was answer. Yeah, dude, this was you. Thank you. This is awesome. I totally didn't put that together till now. Thanks for putting this work into it. Like, this took some time to write up. But basically, what did you say? You're like, third person can maybe be here. I'll just put it up on screen so we can all kind of read along. Like it, yeah, I hope you don't mind. I'm like singling out here. But like, these are some good ideas. Forgive me, right? Yeah, you're talking about doing like isometric. Yeah, I think we're gonna do third person for this one. I mean, if at the end of the day I'm not digging it, or like it affects the gameplay, awesome. Yeah, we'll just stick with this third person. So you have to find a key or a ship. Keys have ship coordinates on them. I see. Yeah, okay. I can't keep both on the screen, so I'm gonna have to. So that's a mechanic. Let's say keys have ships chords on it. That's a really cool little mechanic. Man, I love these mechanics. Are just that's where the bread and butter is, right? What else did you say? You can have a like key locator. Yeah, we were talking about that in the last one, where like a mob or somebody would give you a clue. So we'll just say like say mob or corpse, I think you said, provide clues to ships. Yeah, maybe ships are hard to find. I didn't actually do that last time. Maybe ships are hard to find. Let's just write that. Ships are hard. I don't need to keep writing maybe. Ships are hard to find. And what else? What else did you say? Okay, yeah, I like that. Ships could recharge life support. Whoa, I could just like drag this off. I'm like afraid to let go. I don't know what it's gonna do. Oh, look at that. Okay. And then let's make it boom. See, now I'm getting lazy. Ships could recharge, life support. Yep. Acts as like base shelter. Item incentivizing raids. Yeah. Let me break this up though. Let's see. Base of operations. Yeah, I like that. Let's break these into 2. Ships could recharge life. That's a neat little thing there. And then what else did I have? We'll say shelter base. That's just like a secondary version of that. Cool. Yeah. And like alert other players. Yeah. So ship starting could alert other players. Man, it's like half the ideas right now. I'm just kidding. Ship startup could alert players. It's pretty good. I mean, anything's good right now. So just, you know, if you guys have anything else. Oh man, you're talking about killing players could trigger world events. Maybe this whole thing is televised arena event. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So that organizers can send like package drops, rewarding mayhem. Yeah. I don't even know how to summarize that. Killing players could trigger world events. I'm just going to write that and then we'll flesh it out. We'll just say PvP could trigger world events. Is this like another game? Is this feels familiar? Is that like, is that from something else? Like, I don't know, that I feel like is that like a Fortnite thing where there's like world events and stuff? I don't know. I never really played. What was my other comments that I had? And my editor even weighed in. She was like, "Oh, I have some cool ideas." While like going through the video. So like players have to find starting weapon, have to find or locate weapon, have to locate weapon so they don't start with one. You know, that could be something. What else? Yeah, maybe like the here, this is actually a mechanic. Let's see. So the ship item, para item, like energy, I don't know, like battery energy thing, may alert mobs. Maybe they are sensitive to the you know, that battery or something. Yeah, Scum does that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. What else kind of ideas did she have? You cannot drop the power source. It can only be stolen from you or used for the ship. So it has to be put in the ship last. Oh. So I'm gonna just write it down. What else? So power. I'm gonna say ship power can only be put in last. And what was the other one? You can't drop it. It can only be stolen from you. Cannot drop power, can only be stolen. So that would kind of put like a mark on your head. Only be looted. I would just say if you're killed. That's a pretty interesting mechanic there. Yeah, it's like Hunger Games. Yeah. Oh man, it's like that. Yeah. Oh man, maybe we accidentally are making oh, there's probably a Hunger Games video game, isn't there? Oh, I'm gonna feel dumb if there is. We're not making Hunger Games, but we kind of are. Except, yeah, we got into like biomes and like stages and factions and. All right. So maybe like, oh, maybe one upgrade. I think she kind of said this would be like, is this a mechanic? I'll just write it down here. Like, maybe upgrades could be loot, bag space, inventory space. Maybe you can upgrade as you go. Upgrade maybe certain gameplay. I'm gonna say in-game rewards, in-game activity or loot could give upgraded inventory during the session. Yeah, that could be, that's, I don't know if that's an everything else subject. What else does she have? I'm just trying to, yeah, so maybe there was another mechanic that was, she said, that was like maybe like ship parts, ship repair. Man, repair parts can be stolen with tools. You know, that's, you can just go over to someone else's ship. So thanks for that, Barbara. That was good. That was a good help there. We got quite a few things knocked out with that lunge. Yeah, Hunger Games, right? All right, what else? Wow, it's already been an hour. Holy cow! Wow, time flies when you're having fun. Well, this diagram looks a lot nicer, right, than that blinding white screen of nonsense. I didn't get to draw any maps today, though. Maybe we'll do another session. I mean, I'm gonna do so many of these. I plan on building this game out. Like, I don't know. It's probably gonna take me forever to get it done, though. I'll probably be on like Godot 6 before the game's done, just based on like how, you know, how much time I can actually dedicate to this. But yeah, okay, so you've got maybe optional objectives or equipment can give you like an advantage or a balance with a disadvantage. Okay, higher stamina drain. All right, that's a good mechanic. Let's say like some gear upgrades will have, what did you call it? Balance. There we go. We'll just say gear. We'll just say gear balance. Some what'd you say? Disadvantage, like gas mask helps poison, but lower stam. Yeah, that's cool. Not stem. Stam. Not stem. Stam. And not gas. All right. Where would that's like, is that where does that go? I don't know. Ship power. We're doing ships over here. We're doing PvP ships. This was like a mechanic / everything. I know it's kind of out of place there, but yeah. All right, that's a cool idea. Man, I don't know. Do you guys, I mean, this was great. Like, this was a lot more than I've, you know, been able to hash out on my own. What else can we do? I know I was only going to go for an hour, but I'm going to go a little bit longer. Just see if I can think of anything else. 7:30. I mean, you drop in, you run around. Maybe you're going through different regions. You have to have, you know, you have to find a ship. You know, that could be another thing with the like the resilience. Like you're able to find the ship in the desert because you have the resilience to go and get that ship. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Maybe some ships. Maybe like some ships are in, yeah, here we go. Maybe some ships are in like ideal locations only if you have that resilience, right? Some ships, again with the maybe thing, some ships are in ideal areas, but only accessible with resilience. Accessible. Spell it right for me, Mac. There. With whatever, biome resilience. Let me write biome resilience. Biome resilience. So we've got some good activities. You got to find your weapon. You've got to, you know, oh man. All right. Well, I feel like I have a base game with this, at least like some base ideas that we can work off of. And maybe we need to get together or I need to kind of coalesce these ideas from the last session and this session, and maybe do some, I don't know if I should do a hash out on that on stream, because that's kind of like my opinion, I guess. I don't know. I mean, what else? I mean, the step from here, the next step is to kind of formalize these things and say, okay, we are going to do this type of loot, this type of, challenges, and we'll have to, like, I love these like PvP things that we've come up with, like the harder mobs and stuff. Like we're gonna add that. That's gonna be a requirement. We're gonna add that to the requirement list, and of course I'm gonna build out a whole requirement list, and we're gonna go through that. And but yeah, what else? Gear has, yeah, okay. So you're saying like maybe like if you get like a resilient item, if you get that gas mask, you're able to like bring that between matches. Yeah, that, okay, I like that. So maybe we only do that if, okay, there you go. That's okay. So where did I put that? So yeah, this could make, let's just write a little addendum to this. This makes gear balance. We'll say balanced gear may be okay to persist between matches. And where did I put that balance thing at? I like totally, ships ideal and accessible. Where did I put it? Gear balance. Yeah, we're gonna put an orange guy over there because that makes sense. No, let's make it white. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's a really good point. That's a really good balance point there. I like that. Yeah. So, man, this is a great looking diagram. I'm impressed. We've got a lot to go on, and like stuff like cliffs can contain loot. Like that is that's a good starting point. And I'm gonna have to spend time basically going through each one of these nodes, each one of these items, and fleshing it out. And usually when you're in a team, you assign this whole environment part to one guy, and then you assign all this mechanics to another person, and the activity section to, why isn't it on selecting? Oh god, did I break it? And you just assign all these regions. So it's going to take me some time to go through and kind of hash this out and bring it down to something that's tangible and executable. And maybe when I come up with that list, maybe I'll do a stream, or I'll share that with everybody and say, okay, this is what I came up with. Because I don't know, should I do that on stream? Should I really go through each one of these and be like, okay, let's pick ship repair, or ship repair may alert other mobs. Like, let's build out that mechanic. Let's see where that mechanic takes us. And like, that's a lot of time. And if I do that on stream, like, I feel like that's going to take me a year to get through all these. So maybe I won't do that. I don't know. We'll see. I'll do one and we'll see how bad it goes. And then maybe I'll stream it or whatever. But what else? You guys got anything else? I mean, we've been on here over an hour and 10 or so. And we've got a good second day of brainstorm stuff here. Does this game feel familiar? Does anybody feel like it's too close to something else, and maybe we should steer clear of something? Is there anything, like any pitfalls or any any things we should avoid? I mean, do you guys have any comments on that? I don't know. I don't really care, right? I want to just do what works for us and for me, and I'm just excited to get something going. And I want a goal. Like, this is my goal, to like get this done and have a game on Steam. So, and it'll be multiplayer fun. So it'll be great. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Man, I had a whole bunch of other things that I was thinking about running through, but we're kind of. Are you guys done? Are you guys at a, because the thing about this book is it actually like tells you like, hey, do the brainstorm until everybody's like done, like everybody's fried, and maybe we're fried. So let me know if you guys are out of ideas, and we can wrap this up. But just I like to end on a good note. I like to end on like a unique idea. So if you have something at all, just throw it out there, And I'm gonna look through my list for a second. Um, hmm. We had a mechanic idea, and I'm just gonna toss it out there. Maybe you guys will think of something, but like where maybe you had you could see the map's outline ahead of time, and maybe you knew about some things. Maybe you knew like where one of the ships were at, or maybe you knew where some loot was at for some reason. Maybe that's something you can put as like as sort of a progression. Like, oh, I got to level 3 or whatever, and I can either pick to see ships or one of the ships, or I can get to see, you know, mobs, or maybe I can see loot or something like that. And along with that mechanic, I was thinking that maybe we would have something where, I don't know, I want something to be a little bit more interactive, and maybe nobody wants that. Maybe that's just in my head, like where before the game loads, you have the outline of the map like I just said, and you can pick and choose where certain mobs will spawn, or maybe somebody picks the hard boss. You know, we were talking about there's like, you know, but why would anybody do that? Like, why would you, like, yeah, that sounds okay, but why would you need to pick where the boss was at, unless you knew you had a resilience in that area? Yeah, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. I think this resilience thing really kind of opened up a whole level of, you know, game mechanics for this. I'm gonna just write this down because I was thinking about this before. Could place certain mobs or items. Maybe this is like ability to place things could be unlocked as you level, and you can pick which skill you want, whatever. That's pretty typical. We'll say this: ability to place things before match. Let's say before match. Ability to place things that could be unlocked as you level. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. What else? You guys got anything else? Yeah, we talked about in the last session doing like sabotaging or like booby trapping ships. What about respawning? Items. Yeah, like I'd have to hash out like what exactly do you need to get out of here? What exactly do you need to repair the ship? Let me see. Yeah. Let me see. Maybe. Yeah, I think the loot thing, like when you die in match and you're done, like does that mean you're over? I don't know. I mean, does that mean you're over? Does that mean like you lose all your loot? I guess. I don't know. Just throwing out ideas here. What else can we do? So we're gonna get off the island. That could be a different thing. We've got a lower quality loot. So that's a pretty cool idea. Upgrades could be inventory space, in-game activity, objectives required, better loot. I don't know. What do you guys? Are you guys out ideas? You guys got anything else for me? I'm kind of running thin today. Maybe, I don't know. I was thinking simple like gun mechanics, like maybe just pistols and rifles, and maybe some bow and arrows for stealth. Because certain mobs are probably attracted to PvP. Maybe that's just gunfire. Let me just do a little, maybe gunfire. PvP gunfire. All right, what else can we think of? Environment. Yeah, I like the biome thing. We got different zones. man, this is a lot. And then based on what we had from the other one, let me pull open my previous diagram for a second. Let's see. Yeah, we talk about terrain, abandoned buildings, and stuff like that. I don't know. This feels like a good starting point. I think I might be at that phase where I can start coalescing these things into more, into a more formal approach to the different activities and mechanics that they have to go through. And maybe I should just start making that list, and I'll come back to you guys and we'll go over that again or whatever. If you guys don't have anything else, I'm kind of tapped out. I think this went well. I wanted to keep it at about an hour, and I think we're good here at about an hour 15. And I think that's a good place to go. I think we're all tapped out, and thank you so much for joining today. This was amazing. This went well. I mean, look at this cool map we got. No, I mean, thank you. I mean, I couldn't have done this beautiful map here. Here, let me hide my dumb face for a minute. Oh, I still have this. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Like, that's awesome. We've got this huge, brainstorm diagram y'all can be proud of. And once I get around to putting this, I'm probably gonna make a call to action to, like, hey, if you worked on this, let me know, because I'm gonna put you on the in the credits. I want everybody to get credit for working on this. This was a lot of fun. And if you want to do this again, please let me know. And I'm gonna try to do. I'm probably not gonna do another brainstorm. I think 2 brainstorms enough to get going, and we're gonna get to the next stage. And like I said, I'm gonna go put my head down and try to make some more formal requirements or formal gameplay activities, and we'll go from there. So, anyways. Make sure once this video is out, give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and let me know if you want to keep participating. And yeah, so thanks for coming by, everybody. It's been a lot of fun, and we'll do this again soon. Thanks, guys.